not as I'm recording. Let's go ahead and let's have this conversation. Let's talk about what ended up happening over this past weekend with Cenat and our fellow AMP beloved members. You know what I mean? So it sucks as somebody that's wearing a New York shirt as of right now. It sucks that, being from New York as it is, I'm going to say this is like, as being a streamer and being a content creator, your life changes quite a bit, quite a bit. And I'm saying this as like a smaller streamer. I can only imagine as like a bigger scale as like as them. Now, I understand that Kai was very much trying to just give a giveaway, um, giving an opportunity to the many people it is that watch him. Because Kai has been really doing his thing when it comes down to doing Twitch, you know, really with his content. Like he gets so many damn views. He like last year chilling. Twitch had to give him his damn flowers as the last year, you know what I mean? But I think Kai messed up with this. I hate to say this. I really feel like it is that he messed up within this. And I know it wasn't intentional to turn out the way how it did, but we have to go based off the fact that it happened anyway. That's what it is that people care about. And a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, well, that a lot of people have different words and things to say about what streamers as it is that's already annoying." Is saying it is like, "Oh, streaming's not a real job," or whatever the case may have you, whatever the case. Like, I beg to differ when it comes down to this because we are constantly working, and a 9 to 5 job is always something where it is you can clock in, do your job, clock out, and then you could go home and everything like that. Content creation is continuing all day, even when it is that like we're not live. There's so much stuff it is that we have to do. There's people it is that we that helps us out, editors, people it is that make music for us, graphic designers, people that make thumbnails and everything like that. It takes a whole village really to help out a streamer, if you will. So as big as Kai is and AMP is, I know that they was trying to do this giveaway. Was it like PlayStations, if I'm not mistaken? That people say that he made this happen and he didn't tell the people to jump on cars and rides and break buildings, and he went and he helped the people who's injured. Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into that. Oh, Agent actually just went live too. He's like, "I'm alive, I'm good, I'm free." So we're gonna talk about it. We're definitely gonna talk about it because Kai Cenat was on the ABC News of New York City. Now, like I said before, it's either when you made it to ABC News, it's either you done something really good or you done something very bad to be on there. You know what I mean? So, do you want to see if Agent says anything? Well, yeah, we'll definitely get to that. We'll get to that. But let's go ahead and let's look into this really fast, right? Major riot in New York City is taking place as of right now. So this was 3 days ago. So this was on Friday. It's taking place right now after the Twitch streamer Kai Cenat called all of his followers to show up for a giveaway event. The NYPD is coming under attack and vandalization has started. So this is my problem that comes with this. Kai very much wanted to go ahead and do a giveaway to his fans, but Kai Cenat did not personally tell these. And you could tell these are kids. You can tell this is a younger demographic that watch Kai. Kai's from New York. I'm from New York. You know what I mean? I understand that. I understand that, that connection that's there. But Kai did not personally tell these children to go ahead and start fighting, start jumping on top of cars, breaking windows and everything like that. I seen a police officer literally put a child's head through a fucking window trying to detain a kid. A kid. And I'm going to say a kid because he looked under 18. I don't know his general age, but I'm going to say it is that he's a teen. So you said that cop is getting sued and is in jail? Good. To be honest with you, yes. They said the age range is from 7 to 24. That sounds about right. A lot of people it is who watch our content is normally onto the younger side, even including mine. So Kai himself did not personally go ahead and tell them to do that. Now, Yes, Kai messed up when it came down to this because it should have been something that was orchestrated a little bit better. Um, if you're going to do a giveaway, I to be honest with you, I would have rather him do something like this at DreamCon than at New York. Because as somebody this is from New York, I'm telling you this right now. I'm from New York. I've been in New York literally my damn life. Born and raised there. New York laws is completely strict. It's not just the gun laws that is as strict, but the NYPD be on dick, bro. They be on the bullshit. And I don't say that to sound uh aggressive, if you will. But I'm letting this be known. Like NYPD literally be on one. I come from a family of like correctional officers and everything like that. You think it is I don't be telling my uncles that the same thing. It sucks. It really does suck. So I know that the intentions was pure, but the fact that it's like he got arrested, dude got arrested, agent got arrested, that really does suck because it just didn't seem like it is like they was trying to intentionally do that. And Kai was really actually trying to help out other people as well. Somebody was really trying to sit there and like help like he I think somebody had a hard time really like breathing, and Kai was literally talking to that person throughout the whole thing of the chaos and everything like that. He was really trying to like stop the chaos from happening, you know what I'm saying? And Phantom was good taxing his audience. Stop. He said, "What would you do if every male in the world shrunk to ant size? What does that have to do with LeBron's legacy?" Let me stop. Let me stop, y'all. Let me stop. Let me stop. So, let me see this really fast. Let me see this. Social media influencer gives away triggers massive unrest in Union Square Park. Uh, like all it is that I'm seeing is like young adults. Throughout this entire thing, I'm seeing young adults, kids. A lot of people are asking the question is like, "Oh, where are their parents? Where are their parents at? Where is their parents?" And like, if you have never lived in New York, it is most of the time, most New Yorkers, and especially out in like Union Square and everything like that, it is all metro based. You can take the metro and go anywhere. Children have plenty of metro cards going around the place of whatnot. So of course, Union Square is relatively easy to go to. All you have to do is take the little subways and whatnot, walk a couple blocks, and you're right there. You know what I'm saying? So any child, and especially it is like you don't really need cars to get around in New York City. I mean, I know some people it is who do have cars and pay for that parking and everything like that. God bless you. But a lot of the times you see like most of the people there that are children, that are there are teens or like young adults and everything like that. They have a metro card to where it is that they're able to go to Union Square. They said they want to see and meet their favorite streamers, and an opportunity it is that most people don't get the chance to do. Now I like DreamCon a lot because of the fact it does give that opportunity to meet streamers and at least see them in person IRL that you normally watch. You know what I mean? Besides DreamCon or any type of con conventions or anything like that, it is very seldom that you get that opportunity unless it's coincidence. Like you're going through an airport or like a restaurant or something like that, to where you meet like celebrities or like public figures, like streamers, content creators, the whole nine. You know what I mean? Um, but I understand a lot. I understand as somebody it is who is also a streamer, you put yourself at so much risk when you do stuff like this because you don't ever know what's good, Andre. You don't ever know who your viewers is going to be. Now, in a perfect world, we will love to think it is that everybody has, excuse me, has good intentions that watch you, but we have to think like 10 toes ahead of y'all. You know what I mean? Like some people may be a little starstruck. You get the people it is that's gonna be like, oh my God, oh my God, I think that's this person. And I seen this at DreamCon. People will like literally dead eye lock eye contact with you and then be like, oh my God, I think this is this person, this and this, until it is you finally say something to them. You get that, you get people it is that cry, you get people it is just like will do anything to get in the same air space with you, if you will. So unfortunately, the people it is who watch Kai Cenats streams and videos and everything like that. He said, "Sorry you asleep? Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. You don't gotta apologize for being late into the stream." But the people it is that watch Kai stream, you get all different types of demographics, all types. You know, even my little brother knows who Kai Cenat is and have watched his stuff too. But Kai is not. He shouldn't be held responsible for other people's actions. However, you know, I will say it is that he kind of messed up by doing this giveaway because when it comes down to like PCs and PlayStations and stuff like that, people will do literally anything to try to get that, not even at a meetup, you know what I mean? So that puts everybody at risk. That puts him at risk, his security at risk, team at risk, everybody else that is in AMP. And it sucks because I know, like, genuinely, he probably did not mean for this to go as bad as it did. And then it ended up happening. So, uh, this just sucks, man. This really does suck. And, you know, for somebody it is that I have so much respect and love for AMP, and for this to happen, it's just, man, is not good. But you know, like, hopefully everything. Yo, what's good, Blue? The problem is with people going to DreamCon is that they attend for the wrong intentions. That's another thing too. And we talked about that girl that had that viral video saying it is that she wants to cancel DreamCon and, you know, de-influence anybody it is that goes to DreamCon. It's like, look, I'm sorry, it is that your main sole objective was to go ahead and see some bros, but like some bros don't know you personally. Okay. There's that. And then on top of that, too, you missed out on so many different opportunities because you were so focused on just trying to be around them in some form of way that you didn't get the chance to get the experience. Like I said this before last week, like when you just take away the fact that it's like you're gonna see them regardless. Regardless of the fact, you're going to see them, you're gonna see AMP, you're gonna see RDC, you're like Corey, you're gonna see people passing by, you know, in the conventions and everything like that. Hell, we had the CEO of Twitch there. We had all of Twitch staff members being there. Like we had so many different people that can able to help and influence, or you know, if you had any questions relating into gaming or wanting to learning stuff about with Twitch, it was all there. So people go to these things to the wrong intentions. So going back to like, you know, the situation with Kai and with AMP, people go to these meetups for the wrong intentions. They come there to not be on some like, oh well, I want to go ahead and meet. Some of them do, but not all of them do, unfortunately. So it does suck. But I'm gonna see what it is the agent's saying right now.
Oh, oh.
I'm gonna see what agent is saying, and then we're gonna go into a video that's explaining everything it is that's going on.
And then, bro, it was like, bro, it was a long day. I'll tell you that much. It was you. It wasn't me, bro. It wasn't me, bro. I love a good massage. You know what the funny part is? Is earlier that day, I had the best massage of my life at Lifetime. That's so crazy. I still need a massage right now. I'm not gonna lie. My shoulders are still fried. It's not fucking pre-recorded. I'm just like, bro, like, you know how shit goes.
People are so aggy when they say that shit.
I can't say, but when I can, I will. And simple as that. Bro, it was crazy. There was one nigga, bro, I have so many random stories.
Thank you.
Well, I have so many random stories where we was inside. Oh my God, bro. I'm not, bro, niggas keep saying clone this, clone that. Bro, what the fuck?
People are so aggy.
Man? Yo, chat. But I would never wish that on my worst enemy, man.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, bro. I didn't get a chance to do none of my streams out there, chat. Y'all know I wanted to do two IRL streams out there. I didn't get a chance to do none of that. My streaming backpack got fried. Bro. Bro, I'm not talking about other people's situation, chat. It's completely on them whether or not they want to say stuff.
You said what is Aggie? The fact that they're saying that he's a clone.
I mean, for obvious reasons, bro. For obvious reasons.
Or they're saying it's like pre-recorded and whatnot. It's like, bro, stop.
Like, people are good though, bro. No one's hurt or anything like that. Everyone looks good.
Listen, agent, that's all that matters to me. As long as it is that everybody's good.
Hold on. Yeah, I gotta move on.
I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
You feel me?
I'm very cool with that.
Yo, oh my God. There was, first of all, hold on, wait. There was, chat. For a while, I'll be honest with y'all. For a while, I thought that I have seen the pinnacle of glaze. I thought I had seen all there is to see when it comes to glaze.
No.
I thought I seen it all.
Nope.
I'm not gonna use no names, nigga. Put 2 and 2 together. There is a nigga that was underage. He was 15. And he wanted to be in holding with another nigga so bad, he lied and said he was an adult. And he was stuck for hours, for 12 hours on everything, just to be able to say he was in jail with a certain nigga. And I thought I seen all the glaze I could see in my life. Because all the people underage, I'm pretty sure they all got released, like their parents, like, you feel me, picked them up and some stuff like that. This nigga was willing to risk it all just to be in the same... I have seen it all now, chat. I have seen everything there is to see.
I just...
Because never in my life did I think there was a nigga capable of that right there. I have never, bro. Never, ever. Never, ever, bro. That was... Honestly, that blew my mind, bro. That blew my mind. That genuinely blew my mind. And they like, bro, yeah.
Right. Does he know this
like,
is going to go on his record?
Was really sore, like...
Does he not? Does this 15-year-old not know it is that this is going to be on his record? You're gonna be like, listen, when you grow older and you applying to jobs and everything like that, and then you got to explain why your dumbass was like wanted to go ahead and get locked up because you wanted to be in the same vicinity as somebody it is that is a streamer, content creator. Oh my God, like why are people like this? This is what it is that I was saying, that like people would literally do anything to get slightly close to a content creator, and it's scary. It's so scary to think it is that people will go that low to try to like be somewhat close to these guys. Like like I thought he was gonna talk about NYPD. I was gonna be like, hey, listen, I've seen some NYPD be glazing, you know what I'm saying? But a 15-year-old doing this. Matter of fact, where his parents at?
Here, nigga, I tossed it. Like, I wasn't near my phone, even remotely. I didn't want to be near my phone. I didn't want, bro, like, none of that. I just wanted to be solo, dolo, you feel me? Just relax for a little bit. And that's what I did. But, like, honestly, like, you do too much of that, and then you kind of want to, like, hop back on. I borderline almost streamed yesterday, but I decided not to. I was like, bro, let me just take the day to just relax. But I almost never take days to just relax. Yeah, bro. So if you reached out, bro, I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you for caring and giving a fuck. I was really nervous. My mom, who just landed in Ethiopia, was gonna like, my mom panics over everything. I could tell my mom like, oh, I stubbed my toe, and she's gonna blow my phone. Like, she's gonna call me 9 times. Like, oh my God, is your toe okay? Or is there internal bleeding? You're not filling me in. How come you're not calling me and letting me know? And keep in mind, like, when I'm inside, I don't have access to my phone or nothing, so
nope.
I don't know what everyone else knows. So I'm just really hoping. I'm in my head. So as soon as I didn't hear anything from her, and I'm sure Waleed kind of like
right, W mom,
anything.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So I was like, yeah, she'd be alright and stuff like that.
And listen, that's a Karen mom. It's A-okay. My mom would be the same way too. Anything happened to me, you know what I'm saying? I called my mom about something earlier today, and she called me. You know what I mean? That's what a mother does.
But yeah,
I'll give it that.
I'm good, chat. I'm safe. I'm home. I'm figuring everything out. You feel me? I'm confused, all of it, but that's just what it is. You feel me? She's your mom? Yeah, I know. My brother called me. He was like, bro, people always hit me up over like stuff you're doing, but like so many people were hitting me up about like this right here. Like, and my brother knows I'm good. Like, I'm always good regardless. Like, I'm good, bro. But you feel me? So, anyway, I appreciate everyone checking up on me and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Of course. You know what I mean? I'm glad it is that the people did check up on him. And I am also glad it is that they're home, you know, out of prison and not prison, jail. Prison is when it is you get sentenced. I'm glad it is that they're out of that, because that's a scary thing to go through. And especially for, you know, Agent, this is unfortunately his second time having to go through this. So, you know, and especially the first one was some bullshit that he had to go through with like getting like, you know, going through that. Like, that was some bullshit too. But yes, going back to the things it is that we was talking about, like a giveaway, like honestly, like it would have made sense to do this at more at DreamCon and not in New York. New York is just way too freaking strict, and you have to do like you have to get like licensings and all this different type of shit and whatnot in order to do that anyway, especially out in New York City. New York City, like NYPD, literally they be on one. So I can only imagine how that was. And I'm glad I wasn't around for this, but I had plenty of friends, even during the riots for the George Floyd incident that we all seen on social media and everything like that. There was riots in New York City that even my own friends personally, they got arrested. You know what I mean? Like had the clear handcuffs and everything, getting detained by police officers and all that. It's just New York in general, like they're out there in New York City specifically, they just don't be on that bullshit. So. So sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to say that I am in a tornado warning right now, so I may not be here for some points. It's okay. I'm also in one too. It is raining pretty hard by me. I don't think bro know how famous he is. He was in his stream talking about thinking only 500 people are gonna come. No, and this is what it is that I mean. Like I love the humbleness that comes from it because I probably will be the same way. But you have to be very realistic when it comes down to what it is that you do. You can't move and shake the same way. The moment it is that like, you start saying like, "Yo, I want to take this content creation thing seriously," and you start getting somewhat of like traction, your life is no longer the same anymore. It goes from, "Oh, I see you out here doing your little thing," and then when you start elevating and whatnot, and people knowing who it is that you are, who it is that you're connected with, you know what I mean? Going to these different events and everything like that, your life is no longer the same anymore. So I understand. I mean, and trust me, I seen all these guys at DreamCon. Besides Agent, Duke, Phantom, and on top of that too, Kai had security. You know what I mean? I said, "What's up to security?" when I was about to say hi to Kai. But it's like, it's like, yeah, you get like, and this is another thing. It is that I always talk about with Kai. Kai be wearing them chains. I be saying this with your rage too. I love both of them dearly, but y'all wearing these chains out loosely like this, God forbid, I don't want nothing to happen to these individuals, man. It would hurt me to know it is like something would happen. You know what I'm saying? God forbid. But you just can't trust everybody. You can't trust like your average viewer. And it sucks. You want to show face, you want to be able to, give back to the people it is that like, helped you get to the point to where it is that you are now. You want to give back to the community and all that. I understand Kai's whole premise to why it is that he may wanted to do this in the first place. But when it comes down to where you reach a certain level, you got to move a little differently, you know what I mean? And I just wish it was a little bit more orchestrated. Like maybe, renting out like a whole building or something like that and doing like a private event um and just only having maybe like max number of people it is that's able to get in and whatnot, like certain criterias or something like that, something that would have been a little bit more orchestrated, so then this wouldn't happen you know Unfortunately, like the way how it is that this went, it sucks. Yo, Blue Blur, thank you so much for the prime. Was it 3 months? Appreciate you. Said I had to call up some friends that are a part of the NYPD to see if they were okay, and luckily my cousin sisters wasn't called to the scene. Yeah, but yeah, you gotta realize that like your your level of success, and just would you be okay with walking just normally, no security type shit and whatnot? If celebrities don't do this, then neither should streamers too. And I've said this before with events that happen with like streamers, especially bigger streamers, there should be security. There should be somebody it is that's able to like do things to help them out and everything like that, like accountants and all that other stuff. They should be able to have that because you just never know to what's gonna happen. Or let's say that is you out with your family and then people recognize you while this is you out. Now it's no longer a family event thing. Now it's just like, oh, this particular person is at this restaurant right now and I want to go ahead and take a picture with them. You know what I'm saying? Like people, like viewers don't necessarily care. I see this firsthand. Like people will not care. They'll see you and they'll be like, "Hey, listen, I've seen it firsthand." They'll see you and then they'll be like, "Oh, hey, listen, I don't want to bother you and everything like that." Like, "Hey, listen, I'm with my family, but I'll let this slide and everything like that." But when you get bombarded with that, it sucks. You know what I mean? I'd be scared for them IRL streamers. I do too, because with IRL streams, it's hit or miss. You never know what's going to happen with the IRL stream. Like the one instance it is that we was talking about, we watched this on stream one time where this female streamer, she was on a beach and everything like that, and like these dudes was like harassing her, saying all different types of like innuendos and everything like that. Like, bro, you're fucking gross, bro. Stuff like that. Let's just like that scares me a lot. You know, I would do like if I was to do an IRL stream, it'd have to be somewhere where it is I feel a little bit onto the safer side, so I don't have to worry about, God forbid, anybody like dropping any like words or showing something it is that I'm not supposed to be doing in the first place. You know, like that somewhere secluded to where it is you have a little bit of control. But I do feel, I honestly, I genuinely feel bad for Kai. I really do. I know that is a, his intentions was probably pure, but he has to take the consequences to what this may be, unfortunately. So I can only hope and pray for the best when it comes down to them. So without further ado, since it is we are talking about this and we're about 26 minutes in, um, let's talk about it. Charlie's vid, huge streamer event disaster. Let's get into this damn video, y'all. Let's do it.
Today there was a situation so big that it actually got my dad to text me about it, and that's not something he usually does. The only time he ever texts me about news is when it involves aliens, or even something adjacent, like remotely related to aliens. He'll be like, "Hey bud, you see that new discovery at the pyramids? It's aliens, Charles, aliens." And I'm like, "Dad, they just found an old rock. It's not anything to do about aliens." He's like, "Aliens!" Caps lock. Point is, this story is so big that even my dad has become aware of it. One of the biggest streamers in the
He said, Joe told me when I met him at DreamCon that he was actually trying to leave the building without being noticed, but I caught him lacking. Unfortunately, I drew him attention. Listen, I know that Joe was actually talking about that, like he was, in his car, and then people recognized him at like a red light and everything like that. Shout outs to Joe, love him dearly. But yeah, like it could be for most streamers, this can be like doing anything like organically, like you at the grocery store, you at the gym, you at the airport or whatever, and then you get noticed or you get recognized by people. Sometimes it is it's cool, and then there's other times where it is it's like, damn, like come on now, look, let's not act like it is we don't know who the player Joe is. But excuse me, like sometimes it is that could be like a little nerve wracking. That could bring a lot of social anxieties and stuff like that for streamers. Just like how it is that people who are viewers have social anxiety or get a little bit nervous to be around. He's from some bros, Justin. You know how like so like some viewers get like social anxiety or they get like nervous being around like content creators and everything like that. It's the same thing for us too. We also get a little nervous or a little apprehensive because we don't know what it is that you're gonna do at the end of the day. Granted, we would love to think it is like, oh yeah, like they're just gonna come up and say what's up and everything like that. You don't know what it is they're gonna do. You don't know what it is they're gonna say. You know what I'm saying? What they're gonna put out on like to the internet, just in case if you say no, I don't want to take no pictures or whatever the case is. Like you don't want to be mean to them because then they could go around and saying it is like, oh, this content creator is mean and this is in this way. And it's just like you probably caught them at a bad day. Maybe they was hungry. They just got off the phone. Just had an argument and stuff like that. You don't know what it is that person was going through. But it's like you kind of have to play face with that. I've had plenty of people that's just like, all right, I wanted to come up and say hi to you at DreamCon, but like you was on your phone or you was here, you was there, this and this. I've had that too. So and I always tell people just come up to me regardless. Like, I know it is like being a New Yorker. We have somewhat of a resting bitch face, but I promise you it is like I am gentle. I am very gentle with y'all. What's up, Janelle? How are you?
world, Kai Cenat announced he was doing a giveaway at Union Square in New York City. And things got way out of hand. This shit went insano style real quick. It ended up going into complete pandemonium and chaos. And people were like scrambling to get out of there because things got like dangerous with cars being climbed on top of and windows busted out. Like, it was go gadget, get the fuck out of New York if you happen to be going to this giveaway here expecting to get anything other than your ass beat, basically. There's tons of videos showing, like, fights that broke out as well as this, like, breaking windows of cars. And there was even a part where Kai and his team tried to get away in their vehicle only for a ton of people to jump on top of it,
Oh
and they just kept driving
yeah.
with bodies actually flying off of their car.
That's also another thing that's not good. That's so dangerous. That is extremely dangerous. I understand that he was trying to get away. Him and his people was trying to get away in the car, but I did see clips of people on top of the car as the car was moving. Oh, that's also not good. Damn.
That is why you're seeing that crowd there chase after.
That's it.
That's the vehicle right there.
Yep,
that they
that's
believe
it.
Kai Cenat is in right now. As Safan was saying, he was there. He was in the crowd for a little bit of time, but clearly this was an out of control crowd. And
I can't show the part where the people start falling off because that might be against YouTube's terms. They didn't get like seriously injured, I don't believe. It's not like they fell off the car and then like blew up, just like gore and body parts flying all over the place, but I'm just gonna play it safe. People do start falling off the car because they're just trying to get away from the madness that happened here. Obviously, this giveaway event went a little differently than Kai and his team anticipated. A few thousand people showed up here, which I don't think they thought would happen. So the event wasn't permitted or sanctioned or anything, and after it was all said and done, there were about 65 arrests and quite a few injuries as well. Kai
And may I add that with these 65 arrests was also including 30 juveniles. Now, this really hurts me to see this because these under 18 children, I'm going to say it is that they're children. They wanted to risk everything possible in order to see these guys, and this really does suck. Is that one a fourth of his Twitch chat pulled up? Yeah, I believe it, but I mean to think it is a like only it's only just gonna be like 500 people to show up. I mean, it ain't gonna be that many people, bro. We're talking about Union Square, 500 people alone by itself. That's already a risk at Union Square. That's already enough as it is that to bring some worrisome. Now we're talking about with injuries. We're talking about his people being hospitalized. We're talking about people it is being arrested, and on top of that, two children being arrested in juvie. That's insane to me. That's so insane to me. You said, do you think his Twitch channel is in jeopardy? That's actually a very good question. I don't. I'm gonna say it is. I don't think it was because he wasn't streaming or anything like that. He wasn't like streaming. However, Twitch may sit there and say, "Hey, listen, until this clears up, it may not be the best thing for him to stream as of right now." If he does, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people are going to want to ask questions that he cannot speak on at the moment as they're doing the investigation and everything like that currently. So it may not be within his best interest to do so. Whatever it is that his legal team tells him to do and allows him to go ahead and do is probably what it is that he's going to, play safe with. The one thing it is that I don't like about with this is the moment that this situation happened, there was so many people on Twitter. Matter of fact, there was so many people on Twitter that talked down on Kai. And I mean, even going as far as bringing up a situation that happened earlier this year to where it was proven that the girl lied. And we're talking about that our situation. I can't necessarily say that on here because guidelines. But the fact that people brought that up to kind of say it is like, oh, he's a bad person or he's friends with somebody it is who's also doing essays and stuff like that. It's just like, no, the girl lied. The girl lied. And then, oh my God, the girl lied. And it's like, no, you didn't hear nothing else. You didn't like all them same people it is that talked all that shit about Kai. Nothing. Crickets afterwards. It's like the same situation with what's his name? What's his name? Is it Jonathan Mayers? The same situation happened with him. Dude, like so many people owe this nigga an apology after all the craziest things it is that they said about him. And it's proven it is that bitch was the crazy one. Nothing. No apologies. Like, oh, I'm sorry for accusing this, of this man and everything like that. Nothing. They didn't say shit. So this is what I don't like. Like, this is genuinely this to me, it sounds like it was like I said, Kai fucked up, but this is probably genuinely an accident. Like, you know, him thinking it wasn't gonna get this bad. Now, unfortunately, with the consequences, is gonna be laid on his lap. But to go as far as going on Twitter and then having doing these tweets, belittling Kai, belittling Agent, belittling Duke, any members of AMP, you plotted on their downfall, and I don't fuck with that. These are the same people it is that claim it is that they watch content creators, but then like anything happens, any little fiber thing happens, is when it is that they go ahead and they start talking bullshit of the same people it is that they supposedly love and watch. I will never understand that. Never. I will never understand something like that. How do you sit there and say it isn't like, oh, you loved said streamer or streamers, but then the moment when something happens, you go as far as bringing them down. I'll never fuck with that. Never. Never fuck with that. He said I met him before. He probably didn't know none of this is gonna happen, but I'm not saying that he's right or what he did. Right. And I'm saying the same thing too. Niggas literally was waiting for them to make one slip up. And I'm like, yeah, listen, guys, everybody's human at the end of the day. Now, there are some things where it is that you know what the fuck it is that you're doing, but I'm going to say this within this situation for Kai and with AMP. No, I do not feel like it is that they knew that this was going to happen and everything like that. So it's really unfortunate. I feel so bad for them that they had to go through this, which is why I tweeted on Friday, just like I hope everybody is good. Hope there's no like deaths or anything like that. Like I hope everybody within AMP they're good because this is a crazy situation. But let's proceed with the video.
65 arrests and quite a few injuries as well. Kai had apparently advertised this as a huge giveaway, saying that they'd be giving away computers, PlayStation 5s, microphones, keyboards, webcams, gaming chairs. But at the end of the day, the only thing that was given away here was hands. Everyone was catching.
Charlie not shit for saying that. He not. Oh, I almost laughed. Oh, I almost laughed. I almost laughed. But you see, with this right here, I genuinely feel like a giveaway where it's like, you know, PlayStation 5s, you know, gaming setups and everything like that, gift cards, headphones. I think genuinely it is like that is a nice gesture. It really is a nice gesture. I wish that this was orchestrated a little bit better to where it is that that he was able to do that though. That's my only grievance that with that. And especially if you putting up something on like, you know, Instagram and on Twitch and everything like that, you know, that's not necessarily, you know, you got to make sure that you orchestrate this. But should have executed that plan at DreamCon. You would honestly I was rather shocked when it is that I heard this because I'm like, he was just at DreamCon. This would have been a perfect opportunity, like working with RDC, a perfect opportunity to, hey, listen, why don't we do like a giveaway? You know what I mean? Or like Anime NYC or something it is that kind of has that to where he can able to work with other people to where it's like, you know, the Jacob Javits Center, which is usually where the con conventions is at anyway, or any big convention that's going on in New York would have been such a great place to have this at. You know what I mean? It would have been smooth to have this here, but you chose Union Square, and to do this is like I hear you, Kai. I really do. I understand, but this was not the best thing to do.
Some fucking hands. There were quite a few videos of fights that were breaking out there, which of course only escalated shit popping off. So not only were vehicles damaged and windows blown out, but some other nearby.
This out. Oh man. I just and you could just see all of this with everybody within the frame are children or young adults. I'm gonna say under 18. You could just tell based off of everybody else. It's just like getting on top of cars to go ahead and get sturdy. It's like that's not no. And I almost wouldn't even say it is that he don't even be really watching Kai like that because who told you to go ahead and do this? Like who told you that this was the smartest thing to do? Everybody got their phones out and shit. Like, this some kid shit. This is some kid shit, some rowdy kid shit, but it is definitely some kid shit.
Places were destroyed, like food stands and things like that. So overall, it just got really out of hand really quickly, with so many people showing up for this giveaway. Apparently, the
No, it's
police
not the
department
Dreamcast
even
shit, nah.
activated a level 4 response, which just sounds terrifying. That sounds like something out of a sci-fi film during an actual invasion event. That is just a horrifying term, a level 4 response. That's like some DEF CON 1 shit.
Well, level 4 response, because I have an aunt that's a 911 dispatch. So level 4 is usually where it is. It's like you need to bring like those type of people out to like bring type of control. They do this with riots too, or they do this with protests that they want to contain and everything like that. They do that. So that's kind of what level 4 means.
So it's apparently their highest level of disaster response, and earlier they had activated a level 2 to handle crowds. So this sounds like they got the 6th star in GTA 5, basically. A fucking
Pretty much.
level 4 highest level disaster response. That sounds like it's usually just reserved for actual apocalyptic events. Like if an EMP detonated in New York or something and they're scrambling at a level 4. So this was a huge deal. And it seems that the police department is pulling no punches, because it seems like they are now charging Cenat with at least 2 counts of inciting a riot and unlawful assembly.
Are you going to charge Cenat?
Yes. The influencer is charged. He's going to be charged with multiple counts, at least 2 counts of inciting a riot, unlawful assembly, and a few other charges.
You see why this I be saying some NYPD be glazing, and I don't say that to like disparage, because NYPD isn't obviously enforced to do the things it is they're supposed to be doing. Do I feel like it is that he should be charged? No, but I would have understood if they fined him, or like, you know, something of like, I understand the consequences have to be in place in some form of way of actions, but it wasn't an intent to where it is like, oh, he told people to go ahead and like, oh, okay, we're meeting on this particular day and we're gonna riot, we're gonna start some shit, and we're gonna do this and this. He didn't say that, you know? Damn, I wish they had the same fucking energy at the US Capitol building. May I add, I am not that far away from the US Capitol building. I wish it is that they orchestrated that. If we're gonna go ahead and give some consequences and everything like that. Was it January 6th? If I believe that's the date, I wish it isn't the shit. I know that they trying to go ahead and indict Trump, but all those other people it is that was involved with that. You know how many police officers they was just letting them niggas just pass through in the U.S. Capitol building? How the fuck does that happen? But you go ahead and do something like this for Cenat. Okay, cool. Okay. Honestly, I feel like the reason they didn't do this at DreamCon because they were inspired after the fact. I mean, that could be the case. But it would have been so much easier to do this at DreamCon. Way easier. I mean, you have RDC, some bros, you have the whole AMP, you have Corey, you have so many other content creators. Hell, you had the CEO of Twitch there, you know what I mean? I'm sure it is with how big and successful. It was 22,000 people at DreamCon plus. It would have made sense to do a giveaway there. You know what I'm saying? Gaming, anime convention. But again, Kai's from New York, I'm from New York. So I understand wholeheartedly of wanting to give back to the community and just being like a great gesture to like his, you know, his fans and everything like that. It just, you know, if this was something it is that he really wanted to do, you're going to have to get a venue. You're going to have to get some people there to kind of orchestrate this, facilitate everything that's going on. You know what I mean? And may I add, Kai was the person that was telling people to show up to DreamCon, even if it is you don't have a ticket. You can't do that. That wording of influence of us content creators, man, does that thing carry? You have to be so careful to what it is that you tell your audience, because they will take that very seriously. You know, even when it is that you're trolling, even when it is that you're trolling and you don't mean it, that doesn't mean it is that anybody else in here that, you know, that's gonna think the same way. I can literally tell everybody it is in the chat something, right? And then there's some people that's gonna know it is I'm trolling, and then there's gonna be some other people to be like, wait, listen, AuriTheMermaid said this, so this is what it is I'm gonna do. You gotta be very careful with that. Sometimes you don't want to give back to the community. We learned that with Nip. Oh man, yeah. Which is why it is that I say you have to move differently when it is you start leveling up. because with stuff like this, or at least have things facilitated differently to where you don't have to go to something like this. Because may I add that the many rappers that unfortunately got murdered were people within within their communities. It was us. Which this is what I don't like the most. The people just like, Take Off, Nip, you know, Young Dolph, all of them were killed. Pop Smoke were killed off by our own people. That scares me so fucking much. And this is not even just a content creator version of myself that's speaking on this. This is just normal everyday RAL that is looking at this and saying it is. There is people that is us that will look at somebody else that's out here. Yeah, PNB Rock is another one that see us out here doing things good. We're trying to get back to the community and everything like that. We make all this damn money and whatnot, and we want to give back to the people. And then we get slain by our own people. I don't understand. Bro, that's so scary to me. That is so fucking scary. And it makes you really think twice about, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially going out to LA. Like, listen, I know it is. I'll be going out to LA to Berlin's Ball, but I know it is. I gotta be fucking careful. Certain places it is you will not be seeing your girl at. But it's like, look, you guys gotta be like, look. I understand where it is. You may not have something like that, or don't got the money, or you don't come from a family to where it is like, give you the proper shelter, food, and everything like that. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, y'all. I don't advocate for none of that shit. Yo, Jay Washington, thank you so much for the 100 biddies. I appreciate you. But this really does scare me. It really does scare me. It's like within our own community. It is we do this to like ourselves. So, you said don't go to Crenshaw because it's not the place to be. That banger, or you will not, or not, you will get pressed. I also seen it is like the same place to where the the store it is that Nip and his brother own. Down the block from that, there is actually a mural of Nipsey Hussle. And there is people it is who are from there that literally be like, yo, do not go up to that. I've seen plenty of people that, anybody it is that's from certain areas will tell you. It's the same thing it is like for me where people like, watching the Joker movie and where it is that he was dancing onto the stairs. I've said this plenty of times. It is as somebody that's from New York. And do not go to that area because you don't know what the fuck you about to get yourself into trying to be on some touristy shit. It's the same thing out there too. People go out there thinking it is like, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see this, and this. And it's like, look, you're not from there. You don't, and them people it is that born and raised out there, they're going to know what's up. And you don't want no parts of that. The people, like, there's a lot of like celebrities and rappers it is that unfortunately have died out in LA. That should tell you everything it is that you need to know. Is do not come to LA with some bullshit, please. He said, I'm from Compton and I don't dare go to Crenshaw, and then Bloods out there. They are ruthless. That's another thing. Wasn't what's his name? Wasn't Soldier Boy out like he was out there like trying to be on some blood shit as well? And it's like gang. You're not gang. You're not gang. You gotta chill. I think he was the one that was doing that bullshit, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're not fucking around here. This was a level 4 interview response. They're not taking this as some kind of light, silly little mistake, an oops-a-daisy moment that they can just move on from and forgive. They're going hard, saying that this was the incitement of a riot. Obviously, that wasn't the goal with the giveaway event here.
Yes.
Kai Cenat and Phantom wanted to do a giveaway event for their communities to come collect some cool shit from them and thank them for the support. It was like a pseudo meet and greet, as I understand it. And even though I believe this whole event came from a place of good intentions, unfortunately, that's just not how it played out today. And while you can't control everyone who goes to your event or anything like that,
Yep.
They do still bear some responsibility here. Because this was an unsanctioned event with no permits, it means they also didn't have a team in place to control the situation.
I knew it. I didn't I say this earlier within the stream that I just like this probably didn't have a permit or anything like that. Because normally when you have New York State is so strict when it comes down to this. Even with like going to schools that I went to, and if you didn't have permits for your parties, they're shutting it down immediately. So with like a party, but maybe we're looking at maybe like 100 or more, maybe something people as something it is that does not have a permit, they literally tell you to get the fuck up out of there, off rip. So something like this with no permit, which means it is like what Charlie just said, like no organization, no team, no nothing in place. I knew it.
To ensure things don't get crazy. And the fact that they didn't anticipate that something like this could happen is a huge miscalculation. There were more miscalculations here today from them than there were on the math section of my SATs. This kind of thing happens a lot at sporting events where a lot of people, after a big win, get excited. They get super hyped. So when they leave the venue and they're still super excited and hype, they end up just like destroying things. And that's what happened today. A lot of people gathered in the same location, all really excited and really hype, and things just got out of control because there wasn't any real planning beforehand to ensure that there were people there to keep things from getting nuts, to the point where even Kai and his team are driving away with people hanging off of their car falling off. Shit was wild. So this is just a complete lack of planning, which led to a catastrophe, really. I'm honestly pretty shocked that this even happened, like the event itself even went on. I just can't believe no one on Kai's team thought for a single second that this might require a little more planning than they had given it. Like, no one thought for a second, like, hey, might want to pump the brakes on this. This isn't exactly the best idea. We'll probably want to put a little more effort into this and get, like, a security team in place, just in case. I don't know.
I do say that, like, whoever it is that's on Kai team, he may have to get some more like strict people on there, because the way how it is that they treated Kai, you know how it is, like, not to compare, but this is basically the same thing with like a celebrity. This man has reached up to celebrity status, him and Phantom at this point. When you have meetups, like you see stuff like this when it comes down to meetups with like celebrities, like that are falling to pieces, trying to figure out where their cars are at and everything like that. Coming up to like the glass and all the other stuff. They treated the situation the same way how does they treat with a celebrity. And you have to look at it like that. It's like you can't move and shake the way how it is that you normally used to. So this reminded me of the last day of high school when it was Spirit Week, and the whole riot broke out with students when students flipping over police cars and jumping on fire trucks and everything, and just went crazy. Ugh, damn. Kai security guard was pissed. Oh yeah, hell yeah. ADHD, but he got some pretty ass. Hey, so no freaky. Hey, what? They carried that man like a little ass boy, even though he's a grown ass man baby. Nah, man baby's
how
crazy.
It actually got to this point where they went through with it without having like basic security in place or like permits or having someone to supply a team to help in case a situation arises. You should expect a huge turnout, especially when you're as successful as Kai and Phantom. Like, you should really expect a ton of people to be there. And in a case like that, why wouldn't you want to just be a little bit safer, even for yourself? Because there could be some real weirdos in there. And there were some weirdos that were hanging off of their car. Like, I just don't know how it even got to this point where they went through with it without more and deeper planning put into it. But anyway, that's kind of where this story's at right now. And yeah, that's really about it. So yeah.
Oh man, this it sucks, man. It does. It really does suck. Did it say that anybody was injured or hurt? Yes. There was people that was hospitalized. I did not check the numbering. I forgot the numbering already. I'm telling you, he didn't know his status in society, and this is definitely an eye opener for him. Absolutely, absolutely. Anytime it is that you got people hanging on the cars of where it is that you are no longer a regular. Well, you was never really a regular person once you made it to that status. You're now damn near celebrity status. And the amount of people it is that he's had interviewed onto his streams, Drake knows who, like, you had people like as in Drake talking about this. You had Offset talking about the situation to where it is just like, damn, like the NYPD don't even arrest said demographic group with white sheets, if you will. But they go ahead and they arrest Kai Cenat. You had celebrities higher up. You had A-list, B-list celebrities mentioning Kai. Kai is not a regular everyday person. You know what I mean? He never really was, to be honest with you. But now you gotta move and shake like as if like, all right, we gotta do things a little bit militant around here. You know what I mean? So things can stay within control. So you said they compared the Rolling Loud. No fucking shot. They really did. Bro, that's insane. Don't forget about the women twerking in the corner, allowing people to. Oh God. Oh God. I didn't even know about that, Drew. But what's up? What's up, Drew? But to basically put an end to this conversation. Again, I really don't think it is that Kai knew it is that this was going to be as bad. But I do agree that Kai do need to have some people that's on his team to just be like to pull his coat. Everybody needs somebody that's gonna pull your coat at the end of the day to be like, hey, listen, don't do that. This ain't gonna turn out too well. We need some permits. We need some more security. We need to do this. You know what I mean? You need people like that on your team when it comes down to doing a business that's like this. Um, I advise it is for that media training and having a couple PR people, accountants, and stuff like that. When you make it to a certain status, it's necessary to where it is that you're gonna need this. You know what I mean? And of course, please, if you're gonna do any type of meetups and anything like that, please get permits. Get a permit, especially when it is you in New York. New York don't be playing around. And it ain't just the gun laws it is that they strict on. They be they be very strict on a lot of different things in New York State. Why do you think it is that my New York ass ended up moving out? I moved out of New York State for a reason. It wasn't just for the high ass rent that I moved out of. But I'm glad it is that like Kai's released, Duke is released, Agent is released, Phantom is released. I was very concerned about that. And I just hope it is whatever comes from the situation. Um, I hope it is that they're able to move past this and they absolutely learn from this situation and know how to move forward next time if they want to go ahead and they want to do something that's like this. But it does suck. It's very unfortunate. I hope the best for them. I noticed that they can't talk about certain things at the moment as of right now, but man, this does suck.